President Maduro last night went on the air and said that they'd arrested multiple people who were allegedly behind a coup that was backed by the United States. What is your response?
These latest accusations, like all previous such accusations, are ludicrous. As a matter of long-standing policy, the United States does not support political transitions by non-constitutional means. Political transitions must be democratic, constitutional, peaceful, and legal. We've seen many times that the Venezuelan government tries to distract from its own actions by blaming the United States or other members of the international community for events inside Venezuela. These efforts reflect a lack of seriousness on the part of the Venezuelan government to deal with the grave situation it faces.
The U.S. has The U.S. has a long-standing practice of not promoting. What did you say? How long-standing is that? I would. In particular, in South and Latin America, that is not a long-standing practice.
Well, my point here, Matt, without getting into history, is that we do not support, we have no involvement with, and these are ludicrous accusations.
In this specific case.
Correct.
But if you go back not that long ago, during your lifetime, even. This is
the
not
last
that
21 years?
Well done. Touche. But, I mean, look, I know. Does long-standing mean 10 years in this case? I mean, what
Matt,
is,
my intention was to speak to the specific reports.
But you said it's a long-standing U.S. practice, and I'm not so sure how. It depends on what your definition of long-standing is.
Okay.
Very recently in Kiev, whatever we say about Ukraine, whatever, the change of government in the beginning of last year was unconstitutional. You supported it. The Constitution was not constitutional.
That was State Department spokesperson Jen Psaki being questioned by reporters. Professor Miguel Tinker-Salas, if you could respond to both that exchange and also Josh Earnest, State Department White House spokesperson.
I would have loved if that kind of exchange would have got broader diffusion in the U.S. press, but the fact is that it hasn't, and we continue to have the belief that the U.S. is not involved in unconstitutional change in Latin America. And as a historian, the record speaks just the opposite, from 53 in Guatemala to the Dominican Republic to Chile in 73, and through the support of the Argentine military dictatorships in Brazil, and if we want to go even closer to 2002 in Venezuela, when the U.S. actually did support a coup against the democratically elected Hugo Chavez, the shortest coup in the world and the coup that brought Chavez back to power. And then again in Honduras in 2009 and not shortly thereafter in Paraguay with Lugo, where they said it was a democratic transition when in fact it was an unconstitutional shift in power. So again, the notion that the U.S. has not supported both military coups directly or through what they call soft power is really ludicrous. And in fact, we should turn the question around. If they want to support democracy, I think the best thing the U.S. can do in the case of Venezuela and other countries is to pull back and let things develop on their own. I think you have a very strong opposition in Venezuela. It can speak for itself. You have a government force and other social forces that are organized in those countries. And I think the best thing in the case of Mexico and in the case of Venezuela is for the U.S. to stop intervening